Lappy approaches and tells you that Mr. Flobby has returned. The girl is ecstatic that Mr. Flobby is... I'm happy for you, Melanie says with a... The girl bows her head. Mr. Flobby looks as slimy as a... The headman wants us to bring Mr. Flobby to him. Of course not. But bring him back soon, she answers with a bright smile. I am so happy to see you. You explain everything that happened, including the... He expresses his relief that the order will... He then thanks you for your hard work and instructs his stewardess to prepare dinner for your party. You can feel your collective mouths watering at the sight of the lavish... You, Mar, and Ridis immediately dig in. You aren't sure where you find a moment. Please, eat to your heart. Once your belly is full, you realize that Mr. Flop, the color strikes you as familiar, and the stickiness sends a shiver down your spine. Is this? The headman looks at you with a plain expression. This dish is and I have you brave heroes to thank for it. Had you not brought that slime back, we would not be able to enjoy this exquisite dessert. You move to leave, but I try to get my meat while it's still young and tender. He points at Mar and asks, would you consider leaving that creature here with me? Never, you refuse flatly. Think about it, he entreats. You grab the headman by his lapels, hands trembling in fury. Out the enemy. You pummel the headman with all your curled up on the ground. The headman groans in pain. You hug Mar tightly, reassuring him that you... Mar looks at you with his round... You meet eyes with the rest of your party and reach a tacit agreement. Together, you all stand and leave. As you are about to leave, the old man suddenly charges, but Mar, the keener of you two, is quick with a crash. Mar and from the headman's hand falls a small blade. It clatters to the ground, covered in blood. You take the injured Mar to an inn. You gaze at the unconscious. Despite the shallow wound, no amount of medicine seems to... I heard that my friends were in danger, so I came. As he reaches Mar's bedside, This is what you call it extract, he shouts. He explains that it is a poison extracted from a certain monster. Hearing those words, you realize the headman... Isn't there anything we can... Lappy's eyes widen in realization. Before he then puts the what-you-call-it extract into a bottle and hands it to you. Lappy says that if you follow the road south of the village, you will reach Shoreland. He tells you to give the extract to the famous nutritionist there. You try asking Lappy to go in your stead. Since you already know the particular, you raise an eyebrow, recalling someone who you decide to go, knowing that Mar's health is your top priority. But this is strange. The extract comes from a monster, so it should have no effect on one, Lappy remarks with a curious tilt of his head. I thought a beast of that size would eat us out of house and home, she remarks, no doubt talking about Mar. The girl sighs. Mr. Flobby, this is Mr. Globby, Mr. Flobby's cousin, she tells you. The girl sighs. You're dirty again, she says, wiping Mr. Flobby's cousin, Mr. Globby. A bizarre rock appeared. It seems primed to explode. The bizarre rock transformed into a fear rock. The only way out of this fight is through it. With a whoosh of displaced air, something shoots across the path right in front of you. What is that thing? Careful not to attract attention to yourself. Scattered in the monster's wake are gold coins, glittering in the sunlight. That was lucky. Look, you two, it's the sea. Ridis exclaims, frolicking. You, on the other hand, trudge along as far as you can from the coast, ignoring the hair sticking to your feet. Feeling something at your feet, you glance down. It appears you've stepped on a monster's cape, making it very upset. It attacks you in fury. Excellent. You hear a roar in the distance. Rumor in the village has it that it might be the dragon. The man says the fishing industry is usually thriving in their seaside. He mentions that even the fishing harbor to the northwest has been suffering from poor hauls of late. The sign on the door reads, "You open the door without knocking. Is anyone home? A muscular man emerges from the back. Praising his musculature seems to put him in high spirits. Anyone can achieve a body like this with the proper diet, he explains. Have mercy, you think? You politely ask if... Indeed, I am. He says he has been studying dietetics here for many... You hand Oreo the extract and explain that you're calm. He stares at the extract for a long time, opens the bottle and laps at the liquid inside. That's poison! The man insists that he'll be fine with his expertise of... Regardless, it seems he managed to grasp the composition of the poison with that liquid. However, he says he needs a spry fish, which has been... He needs a special fish to make the necessary supplement. When he explains that you can catch one in the surrounding sea, Ridis, she shows you a page from her ancient tome. That book comes in handy from time to time. Oreo gasps as if remember. He says that his son went out fishing, and, with a bit of luck, it sounds like his son is fishing on the wharf. You decide to go find him. A troubled woman tells you that there is... She claims that even the cold medicine she always had... She narrows her eyes at the crowd, suspecting there is a thief among them. Your ears perk up at the word reward, and you immediately agree to help expose the dirty thief. I can feel the dragon's presence. You feel impatient, determined not to let the order beat you to it. You see a young man with his line in the water and call out to him. He turns around and flexes, shouting out suddenly, "Power is power." You stare, enchanted by his bulging musculature. He asks if you have business with him. Praising his musculature seems to have put him in high spirits. Anyone can achieve a body like this with the proper... Have mercy. Though you are pretty sure... That I am, he answers. You introduce yourself, expressing to him. His eyes begin to sparkle, the more or less grasping the situation. He regrets to... He says that a monster has settled near their town, and it's thunder... You know Oreo needs a spry fish to make that supplement. Hearing the despair in your voice, Bruno speaks. His word... He tells you that there is a harbor near town where fisher... Perhaps you can find the fish you see. You thank him for the information, then head to the harbor with your... Just as you are about to leave... Is it a reward you're after? You are about to ask. But Melanie smacks you on the head before you can voice it and allows him to come along. You approach a woman, sneaking around. Hearing your voice, she turns in surprise. You explain that the person she stole it from needs it back. My poor little boy is bedridden, she says tearfully. He needs medicine, but I don't have any. No matter the reason, theft is wrong. I'm sorry. You feel bad for her and her child, but know you must return the medicine to its rightful owner. Now to receive your reward. The woman thanks you for returning the medicine and bestows you with a reward. Unsure if you made the right choice, you return to your journey with a heavy heart. Bruno looks ecstatic that when you ask him why, he tells you that his father, famed in the world of Duke, one desires strength, the other knowledge. What will you ask Bruno? Curious about his attire, you ask. He confessed that he once wished for armor, but deemed it unnecessary after gaining so much muscle. You ask Bruno about his sword arm. Bruno replies that he specializes. Apparently, he only carries around a sword to look like an adventurer. In that moment, you realize something. While his passion for the words "birds of a feather flock together" run through your mind, but you quickly chase them away, afraid of what that means for you. Won't catch a spry fish. He has been fishing for several days. He hopes his wife and child back in Shoreland are well. The woman says she has been waiting here for days, worried about her husband, who has yet to return. Lately, a monstrous roar has been disturbed. He sighs, lamenting that his catches have been poor as a result. A rough-tempered piscator stands there, having Mars' fate rests upon this man's haul. Terrible, he says, showing you the few fish he's caught. A spry fish. You ask him if you can have the spry fish, but he says he won't give it up for free. When you ask how much it will cost, he gives the absurd price. You're heartless, Ridis. The man is enraged by the... Just then, Bruno prances. Your fisherman muscles are sick. He challenges the man to accomplish. The piscator, this one's all yours. Then let the carnival of might and muscle. Your puny body is no match for mine, the piscator shouts back, throwing a punch. You're doing great. His victory sealed, Bruno witnessed the power of power. Defeated, the Piscator hands over the spry fish to Bruno. Bruno extends a hand to the Piscator, who is an unspoken friendship begins to form between the two. Or at least, you hope that's what the prolonged silence between them means. Let's do this. Nice work. That was lucky. Fortune favors the bold. With the spry fish in hand, you head back towards Oreo's clinic. Bruno looks at your group sadly, reluctant for this little adventure to end. You hand the fish to Oreo. Give me a moment, he says, then takes the fish and heads into the back. It's ready, he says, emerging from his room and handing you a bottle. You hope this will get Mar back on his feet. You need to get back to Unionville on the double. But before that, you wordlessly extend a hand to Bruno. Bruno takes your hand, and you can feel the bones in your hands splintering. You just hope Bruno... You make a mental note, never to shake hands. But Bruno stops you and says he wants to journey. But Oreo is quick to douse the flames of his desire. Then you leave me no choice. Squats at hyper speed. I want to show this power. You have much to learn, my son, Oreo retorts as he starts. Only the sound of their labored breathing, and you can only look on in stunned silence at the enigmatic display. Bruno falls to his knees, panting. You have grown, my son. Oreo. So are you coming with us or not? Melanie, only our muscles know the answer. I don't get it. Ridis. On the condition that he study nutrition upon his return, you realize that these two have a very special way of talking that no one else can understand. Hearing yet another roar in the distance, you realize you need to get the supplement to Mar so you can investigate the sound together. Welcome. 100. You will be instantly transported to any location you've previously visited. Travel for 100 gold pieces. Any travelers with It appears the headman's long-standing pronouncement on the welcoming of all magical creatures also applies to you and your party. Mar lies listlessly upon the bed, looking somewhat haggard. You help Mar sit up. Drink this, Mar. He weakly opens his mouth, and you slowly pour the energy concentrate inside. Mar abruptly bolts up and turns. It looks like Mar is all better now. You give Mar a tight hug. Mar mules soft. Overcome with joy, Melanie and Ridis watch you. Bruno is deeply moved to see nutrition bringing a smile to others. With this, you can finally put the You decide to take Bruno back to Shoreland, then continue your search for the dragon. You arrive at Bruno's house. Though he seems to want to adventure a little more, he reluctantly, you ask Oreo if he knows anything. He says that the creature nests atop a tower. With that, your next destination is decided. Here, you will part ways with these two. Bruno looks at you, his eyes begging you to let him come along. What will you say? Let us defeat the dragon together. And you realize with a grin, he will be so happy. Bruno is happy he can continue the journey. You must stay here. Bruno explains that the journey thus far has taught. After hearing his son out, and in the blink of an eye, The flesh of Bruno's cheeks, pectorals, and your eyes go wide at Oreo's assault. Knowledge of nutrition can help save lives. Wow, nutrition is incredible. Ridis marvels. Knowledge. You tremble, never wanting to make an enemy. Though Oreo still deems his son's knowledge insufficient. Thank you, Father, Bruno says from the ground. So it comes to pass that you journey to the tower with Bruno to find the roaring beast. Yet another colorful character. And fight. pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. Clearly, whoever dropped you stashed the scrap of paper in your pack and resolved to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. We have finally arrived at the Tower of... Bruno was the first to respond. But this is just an old lighthouse. Riddis snorts to herself, seeing you red in the face from jumping to conclusions. Let's do this. Excellent. It appears this sturdy door has a magic. Riddis rolls up her sleeves and shouts, "Open!" You all watch in silence. You snort to yourself, seeing Riddis red in the face. Even Melanie looks vexed, lacking the proper skills to open the door. Bruno exhales deeply, then places both hands and it opens. It seems the magic seal could not... This is the power of power, Bruno pants, but you promptly ignore him and enter the tower. Congrats. About the enemy. And fight. Excellent. Don't hold back. fight. Let's do this. Excellent. Don't hold back. footing suddenly crumbles, with no way of saving yourself. Once more from the bottom. About the enemy. That was lucky. Don't hold back. That was lucky. Congrats. Let's do this. Foolish humans. Did you come here to consign the drops of salvation to him? Sounds like he is saying something important, but you do not understand it in the slightest. Melanie is so absorbed in thinking about the creature's words, she cannot hear you calling her. Ridis has given up on thinking and whistles an offbeat melody. While everyone is distracted, the monster attacks. And fight. Excellent. Something glimmers. You are instantly upon the shining. Melanie asks why you have such. We were poor, so you begin. Then, leaving your past a mystery, you quickly throw aside the shiny piece of glass and move on. You did great. That was lucky. About the enemy. ground collapses beneath your feet. You fall together, third time's the charm. About the enemy. Don't hold back. And fight. About the enemy. Good work. Nice work. Nice work. Have you savages no mercy? The dragon's heart and body have all... It sounds like he is saying something profound, but you do not understand it in the slightest. Melanie considers the words, but cannot seem to concentrate with the oppressive heat radiating from Bruno. Bruno silently compares his muscles against the... You feel your eye twitch. While everyone is distracted, the monster attacks. Though the battle is over, you cannot... Come on. We have to defeat that... Why are you so obsessed? She explains that her mother was... She did not say any more, but her hatred for the beast was clear in her eyes. Let's do this. You hear the roar again. It seems to be coming from the upper levels. Mar mules, as if in response to the enamored by the adorable noise. You're obsessed, Melanie remarks snidely. But look, it sounds like the roaring beast is close. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Nice work. The door before you is shut quite tightly. It appears to have a keyhole. You insert the magical key into the hole and turn. You hear the lock come undone with a loud clank. The dragon may be just ahead. Now we slay the dragon for riches. On your demotivating words, everyone proceeds through the doorway. Don't hold back. About the enemy. did great. You have finally arrived. Before more assassins, that whether or not the beast is weak, you care not. You muster up your courage and shout, prepare yourself. But the dragon's roar sends your legs tremble. But no matter how scared you are, the dragon will not wait. We shall strike you down, you exclaim, slashing out while cheering on your Vince appears. Its wounds heal. You, too, would be troubled without this dragon. Stop spouting nonsense. It seems Melanie has lost her composure before her mother's killer. She unleashes a fire, but it is repelled by the dragon, and the dragon returns the favor by spewing fire from its mouth. You seem to stand no chance against the revitalized dragon. Vince climbs atop the beast's back. The flapping of the dragons will stay out of this, Vince commands, then flies off toward the western sea. You worry for Melanie, who has been burnt badly by the drink this, Bruno instructs. Bruno claims he drinks it every day. It is a recipe from his father, that of a custom supplement. Make her drink it already, you cry, your panicked expression urging. Melanie has a bad feeling about it, but downs it all in a single gulp. And suddenly, at ease with her recovery, you descend the tower. The ocean spreads out before. Return to shoreland in search of a boat to pursue the dragon. Can't go in there. That's the ocean. When you return, Oreo approaches. He says a raging wind blew through and destroyed that. You explain that you need a boat to go out. Sensing there may be a problem, you quickly make your way to the wharf. The woman says the violent winds stirred up the sea. But if you can return her vessel to the water, your brows furrow, knowing that there is beside you. Bruno stretches, warming up his body. After striking a fantastic pose to show off his muscles, no matter how hard he pushes though, it's pointless, you sigh, turning around when a muscle-bound Melanie stands before you. Now it's working, Bruno exclaimed. It appears the custom supplement she drank. Let us combine our power. Her whole body racked with chills. You need Melanie's help to catch the dragon. You call out to her. You turn your earnest eyes to her and say, but unable to hold back at the sight of her impressive build. But in the next instant, you receive a violent punch to the face, and you hear your bones creak in a way you've never. But afterward, the two muscle-bound. I will never be a beautiful bride like this, Melanie mutters. You're wrong, Bruno exclaims. Those must. At any rate, you leave the port town and follow the dragon. Just as you are about to leave, Oreo comes to see you off. According to him, the dragon flew to the west, where there is a rumor has it they are actively researching medicine on this island. Understanding his father's wishes, Mount Medica. Something stirs deep inside your chest, but you blame your imagination and board the boat with. Wasn't that so much fun? Ridis can hardly. Sure, Melanie croaks. Ridis turns to you and carries on, oblivious. Wasn't that just the... You, however, are a bit worn out, as your mid-voyage teasing of Melanie. Your first order of business should be a sweep of the isle. A road stretches west from the docks, suggesting the presence of a house or settlement at the other end.